Hello everyone, this is one of the latest LEGO Speed Champion sets. It's the McLaren 2-pack. These two come in a single box. The Solus GT and the F1 LM Classic. This comes with 581 pieces, and I did the build live over on my Twitch channel, and it cost me $35 US. You will find it tagged, the one product tagged on the video if you want to learn more about it. I'm going to show you more about it though, starting with the Solus GT, which did start out as a Gran Turismo Vision concept car, although McLaren is like, well, you know, we decided after all to make it, which is simply a lie. Not a Lego lie, but a McLaren lie. They designed this thing to be made into a real car in the first place, and they used the game as a marketing tool. I just wish they would be more upfront about it. But as far as marketing is concerned, there is some definite Lego false advertising involved with this vehicle here, in at least my personal opinion, because none of the official pictures, none of the renders, none of the media photos that they put online, none of the box art pictures show you just quite how good this is. I was kind of warm to it, but once I built it, I realized that, oh, this is something special. You have to do this to start to really see how good it is. You have to see it from more of the different angles. So just traditional angles like this, to me, when I looked at it, it kind of put a little bit too much emphasis on the front and how the front is a little bit studdy for what it's supposed to represent. You know, things are a lot more smooth back here. Got studs here where you don't want to see them, where things should be nice and thin and sleek. And you turn around back here and it's a car, but no, this is a unique build. You see from the underside, the build of it is nothing like a standard Speed Champions car. In some ways, this is like the Valkyrie that they did that has its own special thing to it. Well, this has its own special thing. It's completely different. It was very satisfying to put together. It also holds itself together pretty well. It has some really interesting techniques that were completely unexpected for how the little bit of fin here in the section over the engine goes together, the angling in here with the plate that goes up against a multi-dimensional curved / wedge brick piece here. I don't know the official name of that. It's a really weird piece. The way that these little bits, these little extensions behind the fenders are attached, even the way this here is attached, got a single stickered piece right there to show the monoshock connecting between the two sides. All that is really good. The canopy is done pretty well. There is one thing that is off with the canopy though. If you look at this from the side, see that gap right underneath? You might be able to hear. Not sure if you can hear the click or the tick. Yeah, it's actually standing up just a little bit by virtue of a connection point inside of here. The way that it's connected in the center of the steering column right there. If I pull this up, you've got these Technic pieces here. If you take those pieces out, put everything else back, the canopy goes down fully flush. Nice the way that it's supposed to. So very, very slightly naughty little technique there. It is supposed to have room for a stud on either side. It does not have enough room for the pieces that are actually used, so it doesn't go down all the way. It doesn't really bother me that much though, because of the color scheme and the fact that the print here is actually very good. It's printed down to the chine and it's printed all the way down to the base stuff that they previously told us was impossible to do. They somehow figured out how to do, and they came out with a very good result. So I'm much more happy with this than I expected to, having actually built it. And even ignoring the build process after the fact, I still think that it looks good. I think that it looks better in person, especially when you start looking at it from the top. It's just really interesting to me than it did in the marketing photos. Done pretty well around the back as well, but really it's the center stuff and also some of the inner, I guess just the areas around the fenders, I think, are done nicely. And of course, everybody knows by now that there are a ton of new parts for 2023. There have been a ton of sponsored articles out there and videos and stuff covering all the new parts for Speed Champions. I'm not going to go through all of those in every single video, but I will point out specifically, sorry about the focus there, this piece right here, which I think is just so unique. That one I'm not so thrilled about because it's not useful in a ton of different scenarios. It's really very specific to some supercar needs in the Speed Champions line in particular. It's really what it's designed for. Those same parts are used here again on the F1 LM, but even more specifically because they very, very carefully, you see the corner of it, that's all one piece here. The unstudded area, which has the sticker on the side here, all that is one piece, and it's specifically designed to work with that, with the angled tile going up to the side of it. But I can move past that because, well, we have this car now. And I have to declare my bias in favor of the car itself, the source material, the McLaren F1, and in this case, the F1 LM, which is extra, extra special and rare. Yeah, I like the car. I've always liked the car. I think it is very, very nice. Very nice and very desirable. The front end of this model here looks great to me. It does use a lot of stickers. There wasn't a whole lot of really, really special building technique crammed into the front here, but it's right. I think it looks very good. I think everything is angled pretty well. Yeah, I'm just generally very satisfied with the front. But before the front, I built the rear, just following the instructions in its standard order. This I like even more. This looks to me like it is, I don't know, maybe a 10 stud wide or even 12 stud wide build, and how good it is, how smooth and how proper it is. This does rely heavily on two printed 1x8 plates here. You see them stacked up, and there's a really, really good print on there because it has a lot of depth with the shadow and the highlight as well, which is very nice to see. And then there's a sticker in the middle, and then the rest is genuine building technique. And I did not like seeing the studs under here, but once it's put together, you don't see that much anymore. Got the quad exhaust down there. A little bit thick with the wing, but it's not too bad. A sticker is used for the inlet right there. These are just transparent dark brown or transparent black pieces. The orange on the canopy is not particularly good. You know, the match to the body color varies from car to car. This one is unfortunately not one of the better ones. Also, unlike on some of the other ones, they didn't quite get the A pillar, in this case, the A pillar print all the way down. So some of the other Speed Champions cars from this season have gotten the prints much, much closer to that chine, right up to the edge of it. And this one has a little bit too much of a gap there, but it's definitely better than it's been in the past. And overall, that doesn't detract too much from the look of this car to me. The mismatch of the orange does. Also, this sticker right here, I don't understand. I don't get it. That sticker the black portion of it should be much taller. The windows, the black section, are much, much larger. They actually could have cut some of the orange out of this print. There's too much orange. Surprisingly, they actually went too far with it. Just from a graphic design perspective, that should have been pulled back in order to get more of the look of this car. This is just a little bit too short in height, as I feel EB 110 from the side here, which I really shouldn't. Should be feeling much taller windows compared to the source material, which Lego has a nice picture of on the back of the box right there. Look how tall that is. You know, this thing looks like it has a lot of visibility because it does as supercars, hypercars go. Yeah. So that's a miss, and especially with that back there. When you compare that sticker, it's just graphic design, to the actual shaping back here. Look how generous that is, the dark area there. So that's a miss. That definitely could have been done better, just with better graphic design, in my opinion. No offense to the graphic designers, but they just did not get it right on this one. And there's plenty of room on that sticker to print more black on it. So that's just not done right. Otherwise, though, other than just this, so I guess it's the side view on this that doesn't look good. Obviously, you've got the paddle in there, which everybody sees, the little oar piece, which I think is fine. I think is actually good, kind of cool part usage. But other than the side view, yeah, the side view is not good. Every other view, I think, is good. This is great. Not so great. That's great. That's very good as well from the top. And opening this one up, they do have the proper center seating position. This is not yellow, it's the Keat orange or the flame yellowish orange color, school bus yellow in the US. And they got the gear shifter off to the side and the suggestion of the 2 side seats. You cannot actually put a minifigure in the side seats, each of the side seats, unfortunately. But I'm okay with that. I think that's more than forgivable, They even tried to give the suggestion of more space by using these panel pieces instead of putting just plates and bricks back there. So I'm happy with this. And this does use the most recent version of chassis piece. For some reason, they didn't make it as low as it could be the first time. They tried to do better this time. Hopefully we'll not see yet another one of these designed next season or something. That's just a waste. They should have made it as low as possible right from the start and then allowed building up from there, in my opinion. Just give yourself the range to do the maximum, especially when you're doing supercars and things where going low is important. Overall, I'm very happy with this. Could use better graphic design on the print and the sticker there, but it was a joy to put together. And again, I'm biased in favor of the car, and that definitely has some impact on my overall view of this. Oh, by the way, notice this uses the previous generation wheels and tires, style of wheels and tires, which gives you that lower profile. It's going to be higher profile tire, which is appropriate compared to the new ones that are basically representing larger wheels and thinner tires. Here are the 2 driver figures, and I think the prints for these are very good. We got the unique torso here, and then the full racing suit, fire suit on the right. Got some nice metallic bright silver in there that shines when the light hits it just right. Let me see if I can get that to shine a little bit better. There you go. Now you can see it. That pattern going through the quilting pattern, stitching on the quilts. And around the back, the printing looks good as well. To me, on both. Not the most advanced, but I think good graphic design work there. No alternate face there. One alternate face for this one. And also, each of these comes with an alternate headgear piece. So you can choose between a white helmet and a black helmet. Well, there's one of each, so one figure gets to pick one. The wrench is included just for helping you to take the inserts off the wheels as usual. Here are the leftover parts, including the extra wheel inserts or alternate wheel inserts for each of the cars. Got a bunch of useful little things in here amongst the regular spares. The sticker sheet for the Solus GT is, I'd say, modest for a Speed Champions set. This car makes up for it to some degree. It feels like a lot of stickers for a street car. It is basically a street car. For something that does not have a racing livery on it, this feels like a lot of stickers, but these are pretty useful and pretty important to really the look of it. A lot of vents, intakes, and also little just as finer details that I think are noticeable. So this was important and needed. Again, the price I paid was $35 US for the pair of these, and that feels great compared to the single car price of $25 US. That is standard now for just one Speed Champions car. That said, though, the Eurozone base price is 45 euros, and in the UK, it's 40 pounds UK. So the US definitely got the best deal by far this time. I've not seen a spread quite like that in quite a long time, and it's obviously not fair. Life is not fair, but that particularly I think is worth calling out. The US just really got a great deal on this one. I mean, you're paying 25 for one, and then you're getting the other for 10, and it's not a throwaway car. I thought it was kind of an add-on throwaway type of car because this is the big draw, and it is, but this should be more of a draw than I think it is seen as. The pictures really did not do the build of this or the shaping of it justice. Maybe the color scheme doesn't do justice to it either. I'm not sure about that, especially up front. But maybe this is a better color scheme. I have not looked at alternatives, but all in all, we get a great deal. Rest of the world gets a standard deal, still a little bit of a discount compared to getting 2 individual cars, but the base price today of one car is really pushing it. And then went to $20. Okay, we're bigger, more complex, more new molds. Got it. Now I've gone to 25. Just keeps pushing it. But these things keep selling, so that's how things work. If you don't like the price, you've got to not pay that full price. That's the only way to get prices to stop increasing. The only way. And as long as we continue to like these things and buy them, well, this is where we end up. At least the product here is very good. I can say that. Needs better printing, a little bit better design on this one, which is rare. But printing here was good. And generally, the number of prints is also impressive here. So all in all, I like it. I'm biased in favor of the source material here, was biased against this one, but this one definitely took me by surprise in a positive way. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. More to come. I'll talk to you again soon.